Something I want to show you here. When you're out in the forest and you're just wandering around, you're not alone. You might be walking on your own. You're not by yourself, man. You're being watched by everything out here. You create ripples, you know that? Like, you create ripples. So as you walk, you're casting through the forest, the ripple. Literally, it's almost like swimming in a pond or in a lake. You're casting a ripple, and those ripples are felt by all the wild ones out here. Right now, because of 2020 and the mess that the world's in right now, there's a hell of a lot of people up here. Don't blame them. They're all trying to escape what they're trying to escape, whatever. But it's noisy. The wild ones are getting used to it, though. They are getting used to it. And I find, because even when I walk through the bush, they're a little more, they being the wild ones, are a little more tolerant. Anyway, what I want to show you here is these marks right here. So these marks, when I was coming up the trail just behind me here, there was a deer standing right here. Didn't have time to pull the camera out and capture him. Didn't have time. The deer hunt is over. I'm hearing gunshots over that way, but whatever. Point is, I should say the rifle hunt is over. The bow hunt's still on. Regardless, the point is, so the buck was standing, I say a buck because it looks like buck prints, the size of them. Regardless, it could be a doe. That deer was standing right here. So it was standing right here. It was looking down the hill towards where I was coming from, and then it took off. And you'll see these marks here where I'm pointing. This one here, right? And this one here, and then you'll see over here. There's more marks here. So it was standing here, and it turned and took off that way behind me. So it went down the hill here. I mean, we could track it if I wanted to. I think I'll leave them alone, though. They've had enough. They've been pestered enough by everybody out here. So you know what? Like, I'll leave them alone. But the point is always take a look where you're walking. Get a tracking book. Get a tracking book. Carry it with you. There's some really good pocket books out there. And if you get a tracking book and you carry it with you, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing what you can find out here. It's absolutely incredible. And once you get used to the tracks and knowing what's going on, you can see a story written on the ground. Literally, a story that's rewritten every day. It's a fascinating place to be. By the way, if you go hiking, it's a good idea to hike alone. I might go against conventional wisdom. But if you hike alone, you're only casting your ripples. You're not casting anybody else's. Trust me, the animals out here work off a sixth sense. They use their olfactory sense, so their nasal capabilities, their hearing is acute. Their feel, the way they feel the ground, right? They can feel the ground vibrating. But there's another thing. There's something else to it. And to track an animal, you have to become the animal. You have to be part of it. It's a fascinating thing. Anyway, if you do come out, try hiking alone. Just try it. And just lower your signature. All right? Just lower it. Don't come out with ego. Those tracks, they look like they're close together, and the way the pattern is they have 1, 2, 3, and 4. That belongs to the mustelid family, so that's the weasels. This guy here, that's a fisher. For sure, that's a fisher. Look at the size of those tracks, man. I'll put my hand near it. So, 4 fingers, eh? Wow. Cool. So he came through here, following this trail. For sure, that's Fisher. If you notice 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a fifth here. That's claws, by the way. Cool. And, I spotted a skull. I believe it's a skull. We're going to investigate this, okay? So let's walk in and see what the heck we're looking at here. Yeah, it's a skull for sure. It's right there. Well, let's figure this out. I can tell you right now it's deer. Yep. There it is. Look at that. Wow. Coolness. Okay, so I'm sitting beside this skull. I haven't touched it yet, but I will. This is... I can't see. Put the glasses on. What's awesome about this is I just went for a wander, and you never know what you're going to find, right? You never know. So what's cool, still can't bloody well see. What's cool is this skull is from a deer, for sure. Now about a year ago, I think it was a year ago, there was a deer killed not too far from here. Now I couldn't figure what the heck killed this thing. I came across it, the body wasn't touched, which is weird. It wasn't touched at all. It was just there, and there was no blood, but the body was stiff, which means it had been around for a bit anyway. And so I examined it, and I found puncture wounds right here in the neck. At first I thought it was killed by a crossbow, who knows, because sometimes with a crossbow the arrow will go right through the deer and you can't find the wound. You can't find it. But I believe that deer was killed by wolves. I'm not 100% sure. One thing is for sure, the wolves came back. They came by, Algonquin wolves. They came by and they, within a week, that carcass was gone. It's taken me till now, I believe it was a year ago, it's taken me till now to find this. I have to look around some more. For sure there's other parts, bits and pieces here. So here's what's great, okay? Now I'm going to move it from where it was originally, alright? So this is the deer skull here, right? No, this is not the same deer. No chance. The deer that was killed was a young deer. It was a doe, young. These teeth are worn. These teeth are worn, okay? They're smoothed out. They're not sharp. The young doe, because I put my finger in its mouth, the teeth are sharp, right? Because they're not ground down. Deer eat buds and sticks and things like that. They don't eat sticks. They eat the buds off the... Anyway, they eat roughage. The nasal cavity is here, and that's been broken away, right? The cartilage, like what's in our nose, it's been broken away, and the innards have been eaten. Now here's a fascinating thing. This head was dragged here with part of the neck attached. That's it. That's how it fits. It's like a puzzle, okay? So that is the, let me hold it like this so I don't look so weird. This is the neck bone here, all right? Yeah, the neck bone's connected to the what bone? Anyway, regardless, and these all interconnect right down to the right along the spine. So if you find one only fits to another, and then to another, you can't combine them. So that's it right here. Cool. Now, how do I know this is deer? When you find an animal skull, the first question you have to ask yourself is predator, prey. Now under predator, your omnivores are going to fall under that same category, okay? Omnivores meaning that they eat anything. Literally. They'll eat plants and they'll eat meat. That's an omnivore. An example of an omnivore is a bear and a raccoon. Now they are cousins, by the way. Those are omnivores. Chickadees have found me. But the deer are strictly herbivorous, all right? So they eat plants. That's all they eat. So they have real grinding teeth here, all right? You can see the grinding teeth on that. Now here's another real neat clue as to whether or not it is herbivorous or a carnivore. It's the eyes, all right? These eyes are on the side of the deer's head, right here. So they are here. That's the eye, all right? So that gives the deer almost 180 degrees vision. Now we, out of our one eye, we are considered omnivores. So our eyes will give us 180 degrees peripheral vision. Well, it's the same thing with the deer, only the peripheral vision is on the side of its head, which is fascinating. Think about that. 180 degrees on one side, 180 degrees on the other side, talking about, you know, they know if something's coming. They can see it. Whereas we can't see it. I don't know if something's coming up behind me. That'd be funny if it did. Sorry. If something... Anyway, regardless, I can't see it. Right? My eyes are forward looking. There's the secret with carnivores. Carnivores' eyes are always forward looking. Now, humans have eyes on the very front of their skull. Right? But if you find a bear skull, a wolf skull, even better, you'll find that the eye sockets are moved forward. All right? That still gives them a fair range of visual to the side. But here's what it does for them. It gives them focus vision. They see something moving. You'll know it with your own peripheral vision, right? If you see something moving out of the side of your eye, you know what? Stand there and have your kid roll a ball across the floor and look straight ahead. You will look at that ball. You can almost not help it. You will see it. That peripheral vision clues in our hunting vision, which is focus vision. We'll turn our heads and we'll look right at that unit that's moving, okay? So that's how the wolf works too. So as the wolf's walking, something moves in its peripheral, it'll instantly look and stare at it. Your dogs do the exact same thing. Just watch your dogs. And it's lightning fast, right? So the idea is peripheral vision becomes focus vision. Focus vision is really only about roughly 20 degrees. That's it from dead center. Anything beyond that becomes peripheral. That's how you tell a predator from prey. That's how you do it. So this one's definitely prey. And it was, oop, tooth fell out. Cool. There's some teeth. How fascinating. Yeah, he's losing his teeth. Boy, oh boy. But I'm actually going to leave this skull right here in the bush. No need for me to take it. I've got lots of these skulls, so I'll leave it right where he laid. And yeah, I will take this though. This is the backbone part. I want to show you something neat. This is my trail. All right, that's part of my trail in the bush here. And I'm going to show you an ancient deer trail. When I say ancient, it's right here. You can see it. You can see that scallop in the ground, right? This has been habitually used by deer for countless years, for sure, right? They will follow human-made trails, for sure, but they're much more at home on their own trails. Okay, this is kind of neat. This is a beaver pond, an old beaver pond, and right here is where an otter came by and slid across the ice. Just down there. And he's popping up through these openings. And over here, you'll see where he's dug into the bank. Right here. So he's dug in here, and he's dug up here. Yep, right here. Right there. So he's dug here and here. So this is his hangout. Oh wow. Back in here too. Okay, this is literally an otter toilet. All in here. This is his kaibo. Kaibo stands for keep your bowels open. It's an old scout thing. Anyway, regardless, yeah, that's an otter toilet. Wow. He's dug all through here. Neato.